All right, this was predictable, but it was a little bit more entertaining than I originally envisioned this fight would be. So, Jay Opetaia knocks out Claudio Squeo in 5 rounds. They were fairly one-sided rounds, it has to be said. So Claudio Squeo coming into this fight again, never heard of him. Italian fighter, cruiserweight, but very short for a cruiserweight. Jay Opetaia is what, 6'2", 6'3". So this guy, Claudio Squeo, I reckon he's about 5'10". Just looking at the height difference, he looks about 5'10", thereabouts. So not particularly big for a cruiserweight. And worryingly, when they read the weights, he was like 86 kg, which I know in Australia they tend to use the kilogram measurements for weight. I'll stick to pounds. It's roughly 190, 191 pounds. Now, for a cruiserweight in a world title fight to weigh 191 pounds is unheard of, because the cruiserweight limit is 200 pounds. So you're not going to cut an extra 9 pounds if you don't have to. It's just completely ridiculous. So I reckon he was weighing in, probably as he is, on the scales, and it looked every bit that on fight night, well, fight day, because it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in the UK. He looked tiny. He looked small in terms of stature, and he looked way smaller in terms of body mass. But the fight was there. The fight was there from Claudio Squeo. You could see there was a skill gap from the minute they went in for that first bell. It was like, oh, okay, Jay Opetaia is just going to have his way with this guy. And that was pretty much what it was. However, I will say he was outgunned, but he tried to win, which I don't mind. As long as you try to win, he was letting shots go. He was tagging Jay Opetaia a little bit in rounds 1 and 2 with overhand rights. He was just letting them go and they were landing. The problem was there was not a lot of power on them. I think Jay Opetaia felt a couple of shots and was just like, this guy can't punch. He might have a couple of knockouts on his record, but realistically, who are they against? And he was just coming forward and just picking his shots very well. And he was hurting Claudio Squeo from pretty much the first round. But as I said, he was still getting hit with a few shots. But even some of the shots he was getting hit with, he was literally getting hit and then countering straight back, or they were landing simultaneously. And Opetaia's punches were the ones that were doing the real damage. And that's pretty much the way it was. Carried on up until into round number 3. That's when Jay Opetaia started putting the pressure on a lot more and started letting the shots go. He was bringing in the uppercut and he was having massive success with the uppercut. He was just landing it almost at will. And you're looking at it, and every time Squeo went back to the ropes or went back to the corner, I know they would have been speaking in Italian, so I was, you understand it, but I was just thinking, I wonder if they're going to pull him. Because he's not like... It's not like he's taking a major shellacking. He's taking a beating, but he's not taking a shellacking. But he's not in this fight. He's never going to win it. And this is a 12-rounder. How long are you going to give him before you're looking at him and thinking, what are we going to do? We get into round number 4. And this is when Jay Opetaia has his breakthrough, right? He lands a body shot, but he was holding and hitting, which you're not allowed to do. So he obviously put Squeo down. And what Squeo did was he motioned to the referee that it was low. And I originally, because when I was watching it, originally I was looking at it and I was like, that didn't look low to me. And then he's motioning to the referee, oh, he hit me low. Because I thought the referee was just going to administer a count and that was going to be the end of it. And I was kind of like, was that really low? And he was like, no, holding and hitting. The funniest thing is, right, Squeo was acting like, oh, yeah, he hit me down below the belt. And he had his trunks up quite high as well. Oh, he hit me below the belt. And they show a replay. Clearly lands, not even near the belt, clearly a body shot. And he goes down. The fans did correctly boo for that one. But that was it. You knew the writing was on the wall at that point. Opetaia then targeted the body, tried to put him out of there in the 4th round, couldn't do it in the end, go into the 5th round, and that's when it all ended. Jay Opetaia lands a big right hook on Claudio Squeo. It appears to land on the side of the cheek, and he goes down. Now, he went down, and I was thinking, all right, he's hurt, but he'll probably get back up. But he sat out the count. And I was thinking, oh, geez, for someone who's taken all this punishment in this fight, he went down, but he didn't get back up. So I thought, I can't really blame him. I'm not in his position. Then it emerges, and you see it on the replay as well, that it appears that it looks like a broken jaw because it landed right on the jaw. And Jay Opetaia is a big puncher, so it looks like he suffered damage to the jaw, and obviously just decided, you know what, that I can't carry on like that. So I don't blame him for that. I'm not going to have a go or anything like that over that. No, I'm not in his position. I don't know what he was feeling. So that is the fight over and done with. Jay Opetaia looked good. He looked better than he did last time against David Nika, although that was a more devastating knockout, to say the least. But David Nika is a lot better than Claudio Squeo, no disrespect. The question now is, look, what are you going to do? Because Zurdo Ramirez is fighting on Jake Paul's undercard in a fortnight's time. I want to see this fight happen. It's a unification. Opetaia has the IBF. Zurdo has the WBA, WBO belt. Let's get this done. Badu Jack is just kind of like, he's like, I'm going to call him the Lucian. That's what I'm going to use now. I'm going to call him the Lucian Bute of their division, because Lucian Bute, when he was IBF champion at 168 pounds, he sat out the Super Six. He did all that jazz. He just kept that title until Carl Froch beat the crap out of him. I'm going to call Badu Jack as the Lucian Bute of the cruiserweight division. He has a WBC title, but he ain't doing anything with it. And I can't see him unifying anytime soon, or even looking to go down that road. So this really is, Dorty Coase is fighting Ramirez. Dorty Coase is a good fighter. He's a big puncher, so be careful in that fight. But he should get through it. And if he gets through it, then I'd love to see Jay Opetaia versus Zurdo next. I think it's the only real fight at cruiserweight that I think would be competitive, because I think CBS, as good as his heart is, and as good as he is, CBS is not a terrible fighter by no stretch of the imagination. He'll get annihilated by... he already got annihilated by Zurdo. He'll get annihilated to bits by Jay Opetaia. Baz will Badu Jack by both Jay Opetaia and Zurdo. And then you look at some of the other guys. No. Let's just do the unification. It really is the number one of the division. And then you have, obviously, Badu Jack. I hope to God that Zurdo can get through his next fight and we get this fight done. Hopefully on a big undercard. Probably would have to get the Saudis involved, I would imagine, for that one. In fact, I say they definitely would have to get the Saudis involved for that one. But I hope that that's what we see next. A unification with Zurdo, if he wins, if he beats Dorty Coase, because he is a good fighter still, a big puncher, Dorty Coase, the KO doctor, between him and Opetaia. Opetaia, he's had to... well, David Nika wasn't as easy as, again, he was stunted in that fight. He had a bit of trouble. But this was a straightforward run-of-the-mill fight. And we need to be seeing better than this. I want to see him in a unification now. Times to do it. Let's go. Hopefully that's what they do next. I will leave it there, people. I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like button if you could. Hit subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And until next time, peace.